Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to Christmas Eve on TCM. To be fair, it's not just Christmas Eve on TCM, it's Christmas Eve on every cable television channel. Ahead tonight, our annual classic Christmas movie marathon continues. Up next, a widely loved holiday pick from producer Samuel Goldwyn in 1947, Cary Grant, Loretta Young, David Niven, starring The Bishop's Wife. Loretta Young's the title character, married to an Episcopal bishop in a small town. The bishop, that's Niven, is consumed with raising money to build a new cathedral. His frustrations cause him to neglect the needs of his parishioners as well as those of his wife. With Niven's eye off the bishop's ball, an angel comes from above to help him get back on track. Not just any angel either. Niven and Young get the most dashing angel working behind the pearly gates, Cary Grant. Originally, it would have been Niven helping Grant. Niven had been cast as the angel, with Grant as the bishop. But after about 2 weeks of shooting, producer Sam Goldwyn didn't like what he was seeing, and he switched the roles, just like that. Niven was the bishop, Grant the angel. Obviously, that meant reshooting much of what had already been shot. Goldwyn did more than that. He shut the production down for a spell and ordered rewrites. He wasn't nearly done. Close to the time that Goldwyn swapped the roles played by Niven and Grant, he made a change behind the camera, too. Goldwyn wasn't satisfied with director William Sider's work, so Goldwyn replaced him with Henry Koster. Still, Sam Goldwyn wasn't done with his overhaul. After screening the film for preview audiences, Goldwyn called in two of the top screenwriters in Hollywood, Billy Wilder and his partner Charles Brackett, to rewrite some scenes and to create a couple of new ones, too, which meant production, of course, continued. Finally, Sam Goldwyn got the film he wanted, and considering that people still love the movie nearly 80 years after its release, it's safe to say Goldwyn made all the right moves. From 1947, also with Elsa Lanchester and Monty Woolley, The Bishop's Wife. Originally, Teresa Wright was cast to star as the title character in The Bishop's Wife. When Wright dropped out of the film after becoming pregnant, producer Sam Goldwyn picked Loretta Young to replace her. And then, rather inexplicably, Goldwyn constantly referred to Young by the wrong name. He called her Lorette Taylor. Taylor was a highly respected Broadway actress. She'd also recently been in the news, though not for a great reason. She had died. Even though Goldwyn wouldn't call Young by her correct name, Goldwyn was a huge fan of Young's work on The Bishop's Wife. He predicted she'd win the Best Actress Academy Award. And he was right. Loretta Young did win the Best Actress Oscar for 1947, though not for her work on The Bishop's Wife. Young won for her performance in The Farmer's Daughter. Though she won for The Farmer's Daughter, Young later said her role in The Bishop's Wife was the most difficult of her career because it was so tempting to overplay the character. Director Henry Koster repeatedly reminded Young that there shouldn't be any, quote, emotional acting, as he didn't want the film to be melodramatic. Back in the spring of 2003, when I got called back for a second audition to become TCM's second host ever after Robert Osborne, I'd be doing weekends, I reported to the mock studio for that second audition. The movie introduction they had loaded on the teleprompter for me was The Bishop's Wife. I read the script, then I got the job, so introducing The Bishop's Wife always feels a little bit special to me. Coming up, Cary Grant returns, this time starring opposite Deborah Kerr in a romance from 1957. An Affair to Remember. It's next on TCM.
Next on TCM, An Affair to Remember, then A Christmas Carol, and later, O. Henry's Full House. There's always room for more TCM.